You know what? The happy people are happy.
Finally, they can have a point in the league.
You know, can I just say, Stellenbosch hates to see any club from Soweto coming.
Yeah.
Because, what a woeful record. But Pirates...
No, they've actually had Pirates' number. This is their first win since 2 seasons ago against Stellenbosch.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I think
you guys have had
Stellenbosch
number, but Pirates, on the other hand, no.
All right.
Yeah.
But okay, fine. I didn't know that. Thank you for that correction. But Orlando Pirates winning 1-0 against Stellenbosch at Orlando Stadium, and more of the same. I'd say from a neutral. Obviously, I'm a Kaizer Chiefs fan. I'm a diamond level hater of Orlando Pirates in every way, shape, or form. But from a fan perspective, as like an SA football, like an appreciator of the game, I'd say they looked much better. They looked way better. A much more cohesive unit. They really were finding each other.
Yeah.
Which I was quite interested by, because the first half had Urele playing more in the middle. I don't know if you noticed that Urele was playing more in the middle.
I think sort of like a free role.
More like, true. And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, first thing that I notice as soon as the lineup comes out is Tito. He's not there.
Yeah.
What is your first thought now when after what we've said about him the past 2 games alone and the semi-final? What were your thoughts on seeing? Obviously, I went into this game thinking, you know what, most probably this coach will do another, change of the guard in terms of, and I was quite pleasantly surprised to see that it was pretty much the strongest, more or less the same side. So for you, not seeing Tito, what are you thinking off the top of your head?
I think it's probably resting his most creative player and one of the leaders of the team for a big game on Saturday.
Okay.
I think he has the luxury to rotate, seeing that
in the context of the fact that this is now like that last minute. If Spelebel doesn't score that last minute goal against you guys, that's 3 games that you've lost. On the trot, beginning of the season. Now you're 1-0 deficit at home. So there's a lot of pressure going. There was a lot of pressure going into this game. And it's a big risk, even though Tito is not playing well at the moment. He's still, as you said, one of the more creative players from a technical standpoint, and one of the leaders that everyone is looking towards. So you dropping him could look, depending on how the fixture goes, and I'd say the first 10-15 minutes, I'm even surprised they didn't score 2. The way they were blitzing Stellenbosch, for a team that we know can be very defensively resolute, they looked open and just very, and you could tell that Pirates are having fun. You can tell the crowd are really behind them. And I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, let it not be. It's exactly what we were saying against Gallants. That was it, Gallants, Gallants, yeah. In the sense of like, hey, don't do the same mistake of create chances, and then you're just like, all right, but okay, slowly as it continues, you're just thinking to yourself, you're saying, okay, it's gonna happen. And lo and behold, once again, the kid that everyone's talking about, Usbelebele. And
that was a belter.
That was an absolute belter. And talk about a kid who's just got the world at his feet at the moment.
He's playing for his dream club.
Just recent, like new club. You've just arrived. Fans don't know you, and I mean, not even just the goal itself, which was a peach, but he was everywhere. He was tracking back. He was connecting well with his teammates, and to the point where it's even I'm asking myself, I'm like, what is his best position? Because I see him, he's tracking back at right back. He's tracking back here. He's moving forward in the midfield. He's collecting the ball. He was. I don't know if
it's everywhere.
I hope it's not those. Those things where like a player comes in, and he's like, he's starting well. I like him, and then by like May, it's like, what
he's
happened?
Not even in the lineup anymore.
I'd say it's been nice just to see that. Like,
I
don't know.
I think obviously he scored against us last season playing for TS Galaxy, so I knew of him, but he wasn't really that consistent.
Sure.
There, I'm wondering if with quality around him, could he improve in terms of consistency? And seems like right now, bro, he's just hit the ground running.
Facts.
Because if the coach can think, you know what, I can rest Utito or bench him for this game and play you in this lineup, that says a lot about his quality and what he's showing the coach in the training page. But speaking about Pirates' performance, bro, the midfield, Yaspola, Osipombule, and Unduli. hasn't really been solid from the first 2 games.
Yeah, okay.
And against Sundowns, he made the change by resting Sipombule and putting in Utane Mbata, which made Pirates more resolute. You couldn't just pass through them in midfield. And he's kept that going into this game. We know the threat that Stellenbosch poses with Devin Titus, Nku, and Umojela. Those are players that like making runs outside and also inside.
Okay.
But seems like he's found sort of like, how can I say it, like a midfield that's gonna be able to stop attacks with Unduli and Umbata. Because we know Sipombule, yes, he's tidy on the ball, but defensively he doesn't really offer much, which showed in the second half when Uspola came in. Unfortunately, Dino van Rooyen got injured, so he had to come in. Svele had to put in a shift at right back. Sipombule had to slot into midfield. Stellenbosch got a hold of the game towards the end.
They livened up. I'd say they livened up towards the end of the first, after they scored the goal. But obviously there was that tactical change that they needed to do. You could tell that Steadies was sort of like growing a lot more in confidence. But I think credit again to a very defensively a lot of what we didn't see against Gallants, in the sense of defensively they looked very strong. They were cutting out every opportunity, any long ball that they were trying to attempt, any type of counter attack. They clamped down on it. And I'd say I need to make a special mention to Bogazi, who is 19 years old,
bro,
and plays with the measured, composure of someone who's way beyond his years. I think he had I count 3 balls that he kind of threw on into space that could have had it been a bit more tidy, or had the likes of Orele and Opolis been a lot more tidier, that could have been really great opportunities to And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, bro, for Bafana, I'm just thinking bro, because he's moving like another player that we rated a lot, Dean House, in the sense of being able to being good as a defensive, obviously they're missing their captain and their main centre back right now, but he's obviously holding it down at the moment.
He's holding it down. I feel like he has moved into above the pecking order now. The fact that he's vice captain right now, Uspisi is gone, Umbogazi is there. But also this centre back pairing, Siema and Mbogazi, yes, defensively solid from Mbogazi's end, because he has to do more. Siema, I feel like he still has to improve in terms of his defensive game. But the range of passing that these guys have,
it really is just it's something that you don't really see a lot of, in terms of even I'd say the South African game has expanded a lot, especially with the likes of Coach Rolani implementing that possession style, progressive football. But so even these are things that you would never really see, but now obviously we are expanding our game. We are realizing that we're playing against teams who are playing at the highest level, I'd say, of football. So you kind of need to adapt and improve from grassroots level. And I'm just thinking, if this is what is what can I say, if this is the levels that we're seeing at 19, that makes me very excited. I think this is really the precedent. Obviously he himself isn't a brilliant player on its own, but I just feel I just have to give him a special mention.
And it even caught the eye of the national team coach, Coach Hugo. He also did say that when he came into the job, the shortage of ball-playing centre-backs concerned him. But now he has options, bro. He has a plethora of options. Tlogonolo Siema had a peach of a ball through to Dion Hoto.
Hey, Dion Hoto. We're going to have some way.
I think Bucks fans now are getting to a point where Dion Hoto...
And he's one of the elder statesmen at this point. Highest earner, he's been there the longest. He's also one of the leaders. And
we thank you for your service.
We think, but
I think Palace fans are getting impatient with him now.
I think so.
Yeah.
But overall, I'd say I saw a lot of good, especially from that first half. Obviously, depending on how the team shapes up, I think they look like they're ready for you guys. I think that last minute equalizer spruced up something in them. I think morale was probably very low. And I think just having that, to be able to take that into this game, Because Stellies had they did have a few opportunities to kind of like equalize the game, and I'd say it didn't get to that. And I'd say just getting the first 3 points, you just like that. The hardest part is now done. Now we can kind of start our season, because you know, even though everyone is gonna clown us saying we were 50, you're still 6 points off top. And I think again, there's still a lot of games to be played, a lot of football to be played. And if Pirates beat Sundowns this weekend, all of a sudden the season's good. We're up. We're back again.
And I'd like just close off on tactics. Umahopa's introduction talks sort of like made them gel up front, because he's not a striker that's expecting balls like Radio Pan. Even though Radio Pan technically he does also drop in, but he doesn't really create chances. Mahopa, he drops in and he looks for forward passes. He's a presence up front.
Do we know how long Tshofatso Mabatse is going to be out?
He's not out. He's fit. It's just that the coach probably just doesn't rate him that high.
So I thought he was out. Like, I haven't got... Obviously, the thing is, he's been the naming number 9 for the past, like, you know, and he's been, you know, I think, how many goals is he of, like, all-time Pirates?
I think less than 10 now of Tsofila as a record.
But the thing is, I've seen ever since, I think, last game, because he wasn't playing, he didn't play the first game, Evidence Mokhapa, was he playing the first game? I don't think
he didn't play.
The second game, you could tell what he brings in terms of that presence. I think even seeing him against you guys, actually, we know he's a tall player. He's not a goal scorer in that traditional sense, but his hold-up play is really good. He's a presence. He got himself an assist in this game. And you just say that, as you're saying, the gelling, I think he works well from a systematic point of view. I'd say the goal scorers should be more centered on like that, you know, mainly like that, you know, I'd say the wingers and the attacking midfield, But I'd say even him, I'd say if Pirates want to do well, I think he also needs to, like, you know, get roaring and just kind of get himself, you know, sort of in the swing of things. But
other than that, I feel like there's still a lot for Abdeslam Ouaddou to work on in this game.
I like how you really like said the name.
I've been noticing how hard to pronounce it, and Ouaddou, I think is the right one. I just feel like I don't think Orlando Pirates fans and coach thinks that this is the finished product. There's still a lot of improvement to make.
But I think in terms of just to dial down all the noise, like everyone is losing their minds now. What are we gonna do? This is just what you needed at the right time. Going into a big second leg semi-final, you kind of need just all the points, all the results you can get. And I think 1-0 points on the board, you can't ask for more than that. And man,
they pushed themselves away mid-table.
I mean, cute, 11. Man, cute. You know,
it's something. It's something, I guess. But
you know, But no, man. I think otherwise, what I can say is let's just see how this season looks very interesting. I think things like this make this season very interesting. It doesn't make everything a foregone conclusion. But at the end of the day, I think by like game week 7-8, we'll start to see the table really formulate. So, but credit to the Bucks. You know, the happy people. You know, like shout out to you guys.
Shout out to you, man.
Got yourself a good old win against a tough opponent. You know. But no, honestly, please let us know what you guys think in terms of the game. What do you think in terms of like how the season's going to pan out? We would love to hear what you guys are thinking. But from myself, Mo, and VJ here, No Foul Plays at 8, stay tuned in.
I'm good.